Good evening. How are you today?
Good.
My name is Craig Stanley. I am a social work student with Tarleton State University. May I have your name, please?
Veronica Hill.
Okay, Veronica. And how old are you?
41.
Okay, Veronica. You are a 41-year-old female. The reason we're here today, we're going to be talking about yourself in general, goals, life experiences, personal, etc. And this is for my Practice 1 class, and I do have your permission for recording, correct?
Right.
All right, and we did say earlier you didn't want your face recorded, so that's why we were recording your back for your movements and behaviors.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, and are you, you are a 41-year-old female, and are you married?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been married for?
11 months.
Okay. Oh, okay. And who are you married to?
To Craig Stanley.
Oh, me. Side note, interviewee is married to interviewer. Has been married for 11 months to interviewer. Okay. And how many children do you have?
I have one.
Okay.
Biologically.
Okay. One child biologically.
And one from your previous marriage.
So one child biologically and one by husband's previous relationship. Okay. And how is your relationship with your husband's child?
It's here or there. It's not consistent. But that's only because of distance.
Okay. If distance was not a factor, do you think it would be better?
More likely.
Okay. Okay. All right. Speaking of family dynamics, how is your family dynamic? Were you raised in a 2-parent household, single family household?
2-parent.
Okay. Do you have any brothers, sisters?
One brother.
Okay. So basically, typical family household, 2 parents, 1 brother. Are you currently employed?
I am.
And who are you employed with?
Waco ISD.
And how long have you been employed with Waco ISD?
17 years.
You've been employed with them for a long time.
Yeah.
So about 3 years you can retire with them. You planning on
No.
retiring?
Your age and your years have to equal 90.
Oh, so the age and years have to equal to 90? So you don't have, so it's not the 20 and out.
No,
That's different.
that's how it is with the working for the school system.
Oh, okay. So do you plan on retiring with Waco ISD?
It depends.
It depends. Okay. What does it depend on?
On your next career choice.
On my next career choice?
Yes. If I'm going to stay with the district or if I'm going to find another job that pays better.
Okay. And what is your highest education level?
Bachelor's degree.
Okay. And where did you graduate from?
Texas Tech.
Okay. So, are you planning on going for your master's?
No.
Why are you not trying to pursue your master's?
Because it costs money. And I'm already paying student loans.
I definitely understand, especially with everything that's going on with America right now. That's America trying to screw everybody over. So, what are some of your hobbies and interests that?
Hobbies, shopping.
Shopping.
It's therapeutic.
Okay.
Road trips. Cruising. Trying new restaurants.
Okay.
And relaxing at home.
Okay. Understand. So you're more between an introvert and extrovert.
Yes.
So you said you're more of you like cruising. What was your favorite destination?
Cayman Islands.
Okay. Yep. So the Cayman Islands. Okay, that's. If you, I'm trying to think, just bear with me. That's. You were for 17 years. Shopping, which is therapeutic for you. Road trips, cruising, trying new restaurants, and staying at home. Your favorite destination was the Cayman Islands. Okay. Can you tell me one situation that? Okay, there was. Just trying to think. What was one situation that, if you can go back in time, what was one situation that you could change?
High school.
High school. And why is that?
Maybe I could have tried harder and in my education then, to where I could have received scholarships and all that and grants to go to school for free.
Okay. So that's what advice you would give to yourself. So that's what advice 41-year-old Veronica would give to 18-year-old Veronica.
Pretty much.
Okay. We talked about. Okay, let's talk about biological child. What is your daughter's name?
Delilah.
Delilah. How old is she?
8 going on 9.
Oh goodness. Okay, and what grade is she in?
3rd.
Okay, and what school does she go to?
Do we have to discuss schools?
Well, she's in elementary school, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Does she have any is she adjusting well in school?
To be in a Montessori school, yes.
Okay. Does she have any hobbies, whatnot?
As of right now, dance.
Ooh, okay.
And she's into anime.
Or she likes the haya, the kung fu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hopefully she doesn't have any swords or anything.
No.
Okay, that's good. Cause she don't need no swords, because you know how most of these kids are. They mimic everything that's on TV or on the computer or YouTube. And during your 11 months in your marriage, how is that?
It can be stressful.
Why is it stressful?
Because I feel like things changed.
And how do you think things are changing?
Makes you question why you got married. We're doing a recording.
Basic question.
We're doing a recording.
Basic question. Pause it.
No, you still got it. It's 38. Started at 25.
Okay.
You never asked about my job. That would be.
And you said you worked, like I said, you worked for Waco ISD. What do you do at Waco ISD?
Right now, paraprofessional.
Okay. What is that?
My classification is paraprofessional. My job duty is teacher's aide in a pre-K classroom.
So you've been a teacher's aide for 17 years?
Probably 15 of those years.
Okay.
Maybe 16.
Okay, so you've been a teacher say for 16 years.
Yeah, majority of the time.
So if the teacher in the classroom was out, you would be able to run a classroom.
Yes.
Okay, so can you describe one experience in the classroom environment, one of the most hostile experiences you had in a classroom environment?
Every day is hostile.
What? No, throughout in your 17 years.
We've dealt with kids that have gone through past trauma and they don't know how to cope with those emotions. So sometimes they lash out. They can be physically violent, verbally violent. Some days are better than others.
And how do you cope with those children?
One of the strategies that we learn is conscious discipline. Teaching a child how to breathe, calming strategies.
Can you explain that to me in further detail?
So basically, you try to get them back to when a child is being disruptive or is lashing out, they can have the tendency to not be able to think clearly. So when you get them to breathe, it calms them down to where they're in a calm state and you can address the issue calmly with them instead of lashing out at them and yelling at them, to where you may be able to get some type of response in a positive way.
Okay, so basically just giving them breathing exercises,
De-stressing
to calm them down.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good. And how many schools have you worked while being a paraprofessional?
4. Moving on to my 5th.
Oh, so why are you moving on to the 5th school?
Excuse me. The campus that I work at is closing.
Okay. Oh, why is it? It's closing due to?
The district is closing that campus to consolidate that campus with 2 new schools that have recently been built.
Okay.
I think that door's locked.
Delilah, we are recording. Go.
Okay, so as you were saying, you've been a teacher's aide for 17 years, 16 years, about 16 years you've been in the classroom environment. Basically, you've been dealing with children with behavioral issues, some better than most, dealing with common strategies, helping with breathing exercises, dealing with, you've been at 4 different campuses. You're moving on to the 5th one, which would be, I'm not going to say because confidentiality issues. Current campus is closing down due to the district consolidating multiple campuses because 2 new schools are being built. Okay. And then I'm just going over things that we were talking about earlier. Let's see. You've been married for 11 months. You've been 11. Sorry, just going over things. Miss Hill been married for 11 months. One child, 8 going on 9. Biologically, one child with one stepchild with your husband by your husband's previous relationship. Relationship with your husband's child is not consistent due to distance, but if distance was not a factor, it would have been better. You come from a 2-parent household with one brother. Let's see, some hobbies you like: shopping, which is therapeutic. You like going on road trips, going on cruises, trying out new restaurants, staying at home. Favorite destination was the Cayman Islands. One thing that you would like to tell your younger self would be do better, get grants to go to school. Get grants earlier while you're in school to go to school for free. We were talking about your younger child, Delilah, who is 8, going on 9 years old, who is an elementary student in the 3rd grade, who is adjusting well in a Montessori school, who was previously in a regular public elementary school. Some of her activities she likes is dancing and anime. Let's see, and you, like I said earlier, you are currently married to the interviewer. You said married life. You said things have changed during these 11 months. You questioned yourself why you got married, and we discussed why about being a paraprofessional. I'm trying to think of other things. I think that is all the time we have for today.
You sure?
I think that's it, Miss Hill. Well, I do want to thank you for your time, and you have yourself a great rest of your day now.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.